Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I was supposed to upload yesterday, but I got a little frustrated because the damn robocallers kept interrupting the videos. So I just said fuck it. I'm not uploading. So this will be, as you can tell by the picture, what if Naruto was a ghoul? Or had the powers of a ghoul? So let's have to start off with Naruto. You know, Naruto saying that he needs the pass so he can find out who the lady is. So, Sasuke is looking at Naruto because that's all Naruto's saying right now. And when they say, like, when Kakashi says go and they dip, Naruto's still standing there. And I'm not gonna lie, I am so sorry, but I already forgot that little girl name. I am so sorry. From Tokyo Ghoul. Yeah. But, so, on Kakashi, like, is telling Naruto, like, yo, we started, like, or do you just want to get put out just like that? And, well, Kakashi, I'm gonna say, Kakashi took a step forward. And, like, Naruto pulled out, like, his Kagune. Like, his Kagune, like, his shit open. And, dude was like, what the fuck? I can't. What the fuck? Okay, so, Kakashi was like, hold on. Wait a minute. Naruto? And Naruto looks at him and was like, I will pass. But before Naruto can even, like, do anything, the masked lady, like, chops him in the back of the neck, kind of how Whis did Beerus when he ate that wasabi and went fucking flying around the planets and shit. So, that man was like, yeah. And before anybody could, like, ask her any questions or see anything, as quickly as she incapacitated him, the quicker, like, she just picked him up and left. And Kakashi notices that, like, at the end of her hair is, like, a little bit, it's like the tips of her hair is, like, a little bit red. That's all you see. So, when Naruto wakes up, he's in the hospital. Oh, shit. Naruto wakes up, he's in the hospital, and, well, no, he's in a, no. When Naruto wakes up, he's at his house. And when he wakes up, he's thinking to himself, how did I get inside my house? And then he hears some people in the other room, and he's like, better yet, how did other people get inside my house? So he goes and before he opens up the door, Sasuke walks in the room. And Naruto was like, why are y'all inside? Like, why are you inside my house? And Sasuke was like, the door was open. And Naruto tells Sasuke, like, so you come in? And Sasuke was like, alright, I'll leave. Okay. Okay. So when not Kakashi, when Sasuke leaves, Naruto turns around and sees Sakura, and Naruto looks and was like, "What the fuck? Why are you here?" And Sakura doesn't even answer, and she's just still no. Sakura is asleep. So when Naruto turns around and sees her, she's asleep. Cause when Naruto got incapacitated, and took, Sakura said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go to his house and go to sleep." So Naruto was like, I don't have time for this shit. Y'all need to go. Like, I don't know. Then he hears a knock at the door, and he opens it, and it's Hinata. And Naruto's like, "Why are you here?" And before we continue, I have one small favor. Let me find it. So I have a friend that played Fortnite with me. Doesn't matter to me anyway. He's a one of y'all. He's a subscriber. Right? And he's this guy. I should go subscribe to him, I think. Let me see. Does he have any? Yeah, I should go subscribe to him. He's pretty cracked. But anyway, I also downloaded Warzone again. But that's either here or there. So, if you're trying to add me on Fortnite, it's Shinobi with a lowercase L and a capital X. It's not Shinobi IX. It's lowercase L, capital X. It's just that simple. Please. Like, it's just that simple. Anyway, back to the story. So, Hinata was like, I just, stopped by to say thanks. Naruto was like, fam, like, the last time I talked to you was right before the exam. How long have I been asleep? And she was like, oh, you've been asleep for some days. And Naruto was like, define days. And it's fucking tragic. She was like, oh, days is in you've been asleep for about 3. Naruto was like, 3 days? Damn, Kakashi beat me that bad? And Naruto, Sakura woke up and was like, oh, you didn't get beat by Kakashi. And Naruto was like, what do you mean? There's only other person there. And Naruto looks at Sakura and was like, what do you mean? And Sakura was like, there was someone else there. It wasn't just us. And Naruto was like, wait, what? You can't. It's no. No, because I didn't sense anybody, so now Naruto's thinking about who it was, and his first the first thought that comes to mind was the masked lady, because that was the only person that he couldn't sense. So rip. When fuck, I can't remember. I just woke up, by the way, so yes, I'm tired. I'm tired as fuck. So, Kakashi, like, he not to act as Naruto. Is he good? And like, are you okay? And Naruto was like, yeah, I'm fine. And when Naruto was incapacitated, I'm gonna say it was a small, like, little outbreak of some random sickness. It only targeted the children because the children's immune systems weren't strong enough to handle the virus. I mean the sickness. It was something like the common cold. Like, it was just a small aggressive form of the common cold, if that makes sense. And when Naruto, like, when everybody finds out, like, I'm gonna say like 2 days pass, and when everybody finds out like Naruto's like up and moving around after the sickness, they all think, oh, Naruto had to have been him because, like, during those past 2 days when the sickness flared up, he was the only person not to be found, so it has to be him. And Kakashi, like, ended up meeting with some other Jonin, and the Jonin are talking about it. And Kakashi, instead of saying something, he just kept to himself when he could have said something. But Mike Guy was telling him, like, yo, y'all can't be like, this a little kid, y'all can't be doing anything. And they were like, oh yeah? What are you gonna do about it? But Mike Guy didn't. Mike Guy wasn't big. Mike Guy wasn't hoping. Mike Guy didn't want to put the hands on him. Um. So. So. Like, after those 2 days, like 30 minutes passed after that meeting, and Sakura is still at Naruto's house. Like, she has not left. Naruto has told her to get out several times, and she's not left. And if you're wondering, yes, he has his mother's. He has Minato and Kushina's house, not little ass apartment that he has in Canada. So this is bull. Hold on. All right. So when Naruto wakes up one day, just some banging on the door, and Naruto remembers, oh, Sakura's there, so she can answer it. And then he hears Sakura scream, so he gets up and he walks out there, and it's just a whole bunch of people, like a whole bunch of Jonin and like adults, and he's like, "What are y'all doing?" And they're like, the only thing that they said was, "There he is." So some Jonin put like wrapped Naruto's hands up, and like they dragged him, like Naruto. Now he doesn't know how to use his Kagune at this time. The only thing that he knows how to do is use his enhanced speed and strength. Anything past that, he has no idea what the fuck he is doing. So he could have just killed them all or smacked them all away, but that's not how it works. So if you think about it, it's kind of like, I'm gonna treat it like a Sharingan almost, because if you think about it, I'm gonna say like it comes out during raw emotion, which is why it came out when he was fighting and when he was about to fight Kakashi. But it didn't. Like, it came out, but he got incapacitated, obviously. But like, yeah, I'm gonna treat it kind of like that, and then he has to master it on his own. So, hold on. Okay. So when Kakashi realizes, like, wait, not Kakashi, when Sakura gets up, like, I'm gonna say not knocked her out, but pushed her to the ground and everything. Like, they were in and out. So Naruto is getting dragged throughout the Hidden Leaf Village, and Sasuke sees this and he's like, wait, well, what's this about? And they were like, he spread the little sickness, the one that started 5 days ago, and killed like 3 different people, killed like 3 different kids. And one of the girls in the crowd was like, my baby was a good person. He didn't have to die because of Naruto. And like they took him like to the Valley of like Death or whatever the fuck it's called, and they started beating on him. But since he healed, they decided, I think it would be best for us to just drown him. So they drowned him, and I'm gonna say about 2-3 weeks passed, and like the lower thirds has prosecuted the people that did this to Naruto, because he is a child, and that's murder, no matter which way you put it. I can make a sickness, and one of your people can die for it. But if you have no evidence to prove that I made the sickness, and you go and you kill me thinking that I did, even if you know that I did, there's no video recording or anything like that, you're gonna go to jail, no matter what you do. So I'm gonna say altogether it was 12 people. Most of them were men, but there were a couple of females in the group. I'm gonna say like 2 females, like the rest is men. So like they've been prosecuted. Some have been exiled. Some of them have been executed, and some of them have been imprisoned, and some of them have been put on house arrest. So, but most of them that got exiled was like 2. It was 2 people. The rest were either killed, put on house arrest, or imprisoned. So Naruto wakes up and he's just floating down the river. And in his mind, he's thinking, like, why would I even bother to go back to that village if all they ever did was accuse me of things that I never did? Like, what would be the purpose of me going to the same village that treated me like shit my entire life? And somebody caught his eye. Well, not caught his eye, but he heard somebody. And when he turns and he looks, it's Madara. Well, Obito, but Madara. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, you're right. And Naruto turns and he looks, and it's some weird ass nigga with a mask. And some of y'all might be asking, well, why don't Madara just take the 9 tails now? It'll be easier later. Yeah, fuck off. I just woke up. I'm so sorry. So Madara and Naruto have a decent conversation. And by decent, I mean Madara was telling him like things about the Hidden Leaf Village that he should know if he plans on doing anything with them. But if you plan on just abandoning the leaf, you have a place in your casket, given the fact that you're the only last one of your given the fact that you're the last one with your Keke Genkai. And Madara, like, Naruto stops, was like, what? And Madara was like, oh, nobody told you? I got you, fam. And Madara puts him underneath a genjutsu and shows him what his clan could do. Like, they can wage war on entire, villages and almost come out on top all the time. The only reason why they didn't do it was because they were too busy fighting amongst themselves. But Madara warned him when when he's able to gain control and activate his Kagune at will, he'll like constantly want to fight. Like, if he doesn't get that under control, there's no way you're gonna become Hokage or anything of the such. And Madara was like, what's the most tragic time in your life? And Naruto doesn't even say anything. And Madara puts him underneath a genjutsu to where it shows the most tragic part of his life. And when he does, when Naruto comes out the genjutsu, he has his Kagune's out. And Naruto sees it, and Madara tells him it's like an extension of your own will. So, yeah. You need to gain control of it now before, anything. And Naruto was looking, and he was like, thanks, I guess. And Madara just kama-weezed away and was like, we'll meet again. Either as friends or enemies. We'll meet again. And Naruto was like, oh. Okay then. Oh. Oh, that's stupid. I am so stupid. I think. Did I do that? I don't know. Possibly not. Anyway, I have to go check something after this. Anyway, so I'ma say, like, that was just the only, like, all interaction that Naruto had with anybody. So, like, when the villagers came back, Naruto then realized that Naruto was gone, like, he was just gone. Everybody started, like, the third assembled everybody and was like, you do realize, now that Naruto's gone, not only have we lost the most unique Genkai ever, but we just lost the Nine Tails. Meaning that if Naruto is dead, the Nine Tails could form directly in front of the village and destroy this entire place with one-tailed beast bomb. Or, better yet, maybe Naruto could come back with a vengeance. Ever thought of that? And this is like, I'm gonna say this is like a month. No, I'm gonna say this is like, not a month. Like, this is like the same time when Madara was talking to Naruto. And Madara, I'm gonna say not Madara, but I'm gonna call him Madara for the sake of, Naruto or some shit. Madara appears and tells, like, Luther that Naruto's fine. He might not come back to the village, but he's fine. And he moves away, and Kakashi was like, the fuck? Like, who was that? But before Madara Kamui's all the way, he looks down directly. I mean, Kakashi can feel his soul. Like, he feels like Madara just the person just stared into his soul. And he's like, oh, well, that should be interesting for later on. And I definitely wasn't just stretching. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Anyway, so Madara, like, so Kakashi, I'm gonna say Kakashi might guide Team 7. Yeah, those two teams, like Team 7 and I think whatever the fuck that other team name was tasked with finding Naruto. And it took them a minute because they ran into, like, Naruto floated down a river for an entire like week or 2 weeks. Meaning that man's is far away from the village. So, yeah. And when, like, Naruto's like, he has his Kagune out because, well, why not? He needs to take control of it anyway. So he has it out, and he starts feeling this urge to fight something or somebody. So he comes across this village, and this village is getting raided. So he walks into the village. It's like a whole bunch of rogue shinobi and stuff in there. And they're like, "What are you?" And Naruto's like, "Oh, I'm Naruto." And they were like, "Yeah, well, we don't care. Give us what you own. Give us what you own." And Naruto was like, "I don't need to give you anything. In fact, you seem pretty strong." And they were like, yeah, we are. So you better back off, kid." And Naruto was like, "Oh, that's just perfect." And Naruto literally, like, they start, like, they get close and, like, they get it within swinging range of his Kagune. And he just cuts one of them in half. Just completely just all of it. Just gone. Just gone. So, Naruto tells him, like, who's next? And they all start to run. And Naruto's like, "Don't run. Let's fight." And, like, he kills most of them. And then he comes back to the village. And I'm gonna say there was like one left, but it was like it was like a little girl that was forced into their organization, and that girl was Karin. And before Naruto kills Karin, he remembers what Madara told him. Is that if he doesn't gain control of this, like, urge to kill and this urge to fight people, he's never gonna get anywhere. He's just gonna be like all the rest of them. And the masked lady has been watching him for the longest time. And I'm gonna say she jumps down. Like, she comes down and she was like, "Oh, so you finally learned control." Naruto turns around after noticing the voice and was like, "It's you. Like, why'd you leave?" And the masked lady, like, tells him, like, "We can't talk. At least not right now." And she disappears. And Naruto looks at Karin and was like, "Why are you here? You don't look like you wanted to be here." And Naruto looks, and Karin, like, I don't. Well, Karin says, like, I was forced after my mom died, and after this guy Orochimaru had freed me from the people that held me captive. He just left me here, and they took me in. And when they found out that I had healing abilities, I was thrown into a gang as, a form of payment. And Naruto's like, "Oh, maybe you should come with me. I won't use you in any way you wouldn't want to be used." And she said, like, Karin was like, "Yeah, sure." And when Naruto, like they get, like, Naruto helps Karin up. And he notices, like, the bite marks and shit on her. So Naruto's like, "I think I have somebody that you can go and see to see if we can get this under control." And Naruto was like, Karin was like, okay. So now they're on that quest to find Tsunade. On, on their way, I'm gonna say maybe 2-3 hours after they leave. Kakashi and Might Guy's teams appear, and they tell Naruto, not Naruto, but they ask the village, have they seen the sky? And they were like, yeah, he kind of helped us with some things, but he wasn't acting he was acting like a monster. And Kakashi guy was like, wait, do you think he activated it? And Sasuke remembers what they're like. Sasuke remembered what they mean by activated it. And Ten Ten, what is his name? Ten, Rock Lee, and Neji. And I'm gonna say what's Hinata Squad too, cause why not? I just don't remember their names. Not their names, but the team captain of their team. So I'm gonna just say Hinata's team too. So yeah. So when Naruto gets shit like so Hinata's team leader was like, if he did, he might be too far gone. And they Kakashi asks them do you remember him doing or saying anything out of the ordinary? And they were like, no, the only thing that he did was take in this girl and then they left. And Kakashi was like, he might not be that far gone if he's taking in people. So they leave. They're like, do you remember what direction they went off into? And they were like, oh, they went off in this direction. And they pointed toward a town, another town. And they were like, thanks. So they go and they dip. They just dip. But since they haven't learned walk, what is it called again? Shit. Tree walking and shit? Yeah. The only reason why Naruto was still ahead of them is because I'm gonna say Kadin injured her leg. So Naruto has to carry her. And Naruto's using his speed. So, rip. But for a brief period of time, when Hinata activated her Byakugan, she could see Naruto. But she saw this thing behind Naruto. She can only see the backside of Naruto. And it looked like there was an extra part of him. And it looked like, from her perspective, it looked like it was a butterfly of sorts. So, yeah. That was her way of explaining what it looked like. So Kakashi was like, this might be a lot harder than what we think. And then the person that knocked Naruto out appears in front of them and was like, it's fine. After all, I'm watching over him. And so before Kakashi can say anything, she gestures to Kakashi to go this way. And they go that way. They go off far, really far off. And she takes the mask off, and lo and behold, it is Kushina as a ghoul. One-eyed shit. So Kakashi being surprised, he gives her a hug. Why wouldn't he? And she was like, he has activated his Kagome. In fact, he has one of the rarest out of everyone. And he has this thought of speaking to me or knowing who I am. So as long as he has that and he spoke to somebody named Madara. Well, yeah. Anyway. head out from. So she disappears, and Kakashi was kind of like, Kakashi started to tear